any YouTuber or social media person who has over, I would say, 500,000 subscribers has definitely dealt with this, where people are always watching every little thing that you do, and as soon as you say something wrong, do something wrong, or even that they think is wrong or they might disagree with you, then they're going to immediately start creating content saying Jaspreet is wrong or this person is wrong, and they have no idea what they're talking about, and go on and on and on. That way they can try to leverage your name and hopefully get some views or clicks or whatever based off of your name. Now you might be thinking, but Jaspreet, I don't really want to create content. I don't want to make YouTube videos or Instagram videos or podcasts. I want to build a business. What if I just offer my product for free or something like that? Well, I have a company, Briefs Media, and what we do is we have free newsletters. We have one newsletter catered towards investors called Market Briefs, and then we have one newsletter for entrepreneurs, business owners, founders called Business Briefs, and it's a daily breakdown of things that are happening in the markets. The Business Briefs one goes over innovation and trends and things that you need to know as a business owner, that way you can run your business better. Market Briefs covers things that you need to know as an investor so you can invest your money better. Both of these newsletters are completely free. The way that we make money is we have advertisements in the newsletter. That way we can keep our product free. And guess what? Me and my team get comments and emails from people saying, how can you dare sell advertisements into a newsletter that you send me? You should be offering this value for free without trying to sell our information or without trying to do this, when we're not selling information. We're just putting an advertisement in the newsletter. And if we didn't put an advertisement in the newsletter, then we'd be charging you $20, $30, $40, $50 a month, because we have a ton of time and effort, energy, and people working on the newsletters to put the newsletter together. I mean, if it was free and I don't have to pay any money to do it, then sure, maybe we didn't need advertising, but you have to pay money to create a product and scale it. And we've been able to grow our newsletters to a very large, massive publication. But you're going to have people like this. Not everybody is like this. But this is one of those things where you have to understand that no matter what you offer, even if it's free, people will hate you for that. And this mindset is what's going to hold so many people back, because you can't stand the criticism. You don't want to see the criticism. You want to make people happy. I mean, it's human nature not to want to make people upset. But the reality is people are going to be upset no matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you sell. It doesn't matter if you're not even selling anything. People will still be upset with whatever you say, however you say it, the way you look, whatever you offer. And this single thing holds so many people back from becoming successful or achieving higher levels of success, because now you're always trying to change what you do based off of what people say or what you think people want, when in reality, sometimes you just got to worry about you got to worry about your team, and you got to worry about producing the best value possible and ignore everything else. Let everybody talk, let everybody complain, let everybody say what they want, and you focus on just servicing your customers. Focus on servicing your company, focus on servicing your team and providing the best value possible, and let everybody else continue to complain and make noise. If you can do that, and the reality is only 0.1 to 0.2% of people can do that, but if you can build the mindset to do that, well, then you will have the mindset to actually become successful, because you're going to have to ignore the noise. Now, you don't want everybody hating you, and you should pay attention to what people are saying, because if they're saying something that has a basis or merit, then you want to pay attention to that. But you're always going to have haters. You're always going to have critics. You're always going to have people trying to bring you down. But this is where you got to understand what is valid and what's just people complaining because they have nothing better to do in their lives. And there's a lot of broke people who have nothing better to do in their lives but try to bring you down. And this is where you also have to understand that if somebody's trying to bring you down, then they're already below you. Like, no successful person who's more successful than you has the time to sit there and criticize you and put you down and complain about all the little things that they're doing. What they're doing is they're working to sell their product. They're working to grow their revenue. They're working to scale their revenue. They're working to grow their profits. They're working to grow their team. They're working to get more customers. So if you want to be one of those people, you're going to have to be able to put this out. And again, it's difficult. It might sound easy, but then once you start getting those comments, you start getting those emails, you start getting these complaints from whatever you're doing, whether you're selling something for free or whether you're selling something for $100,000, people will always complain and people will always be unhappy. But you got to service the people who are your customers, service the people within your company, service your own team. That way you can provide the best value to the people who are a right fit for your product. Now, I do want to give you one caveat here, which isn't required in business, but it's something that's very important to me, which is selling ethically. Because I don't want to sell something to somebody who shouldn't buy it. That's just the way that I operate. Now I understand, not everybody works that way. Some people are trying to get as many dollars as possible. They're trying to milk every client as possible. They're trying to sell everything as much as they can, even if the person doesn't need it, even if the person shouldn't buy it. And for me, that's just not interesting. What I would say is focus on building a business that's ethical, that has a product that should be sold to people and you have the right people buying it. And then instead of focusing on selling a product to the wrong people, focus on just growing the business. Focus on growing the customer base, because if you focus on the value first, well, then you're going to have enough leads where you're not going to need to try to sell it to people who don't need it. Like even in my paid products, like my coaching, I'm actively working to weed out people that shouldn't buy it, because I don't want somebody who's not going to use it, who's not going to benefit from it, who shouldn't be buying it, or who can't afford it to be buying the programs that I'm offering. And what I say is, look, if you can't afford it or if you shouldn't buy it, watch my YouTube videos. If you can afford something, then go out and pay something that's $27 a month. If you can afford more, then you do more. But you have to be willing to build an ethical business if you want to really be able to build a scalable business that's going to last for a long time. Because sure, you can try to milk everybody today, make as much money today, but over time, people will catch on and people will start to lose trust in you. And I would rather work on growing the size of the pie, focus on growing the number of leads, growing the number of customers, and having a smaller percentage of people buying, but it's a larger number of people because the whole pie is larger, instead of trying to force more and more people to buy who shouldn't be buying. Now, if you are a business owner and you want to join Business Briefs, which is my free business newsletter for entrepreneurs, and you want to stay up to date on what's happening in the business economy and innovation and funding, the newsletter is completely free. I'll put a link to how you can join Business Briefs down in the description below. If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide on how to start generating passive income for free. All you gotta do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.